Inverness is an ever-expanding city in the north of Scotland. Situated on the west bank of the Caledonian Canal, Charleston Academy has 2 town and several rural feeder primaries. For a number of years now, Charleston has run a very successful accelerated reading programme for S1 pupils.
The aim of this perceptual learning course is to give children with literacy skills deficits lots of meaningful experience of listening, reading and writing correctly.
See, that was really good. What did you get today? We got excellent.
Hello, I'm the Principal Teacher Support for Learning at Charleston Academy, and this is the second school in which we've decided to start the accelerated reading programme. We've given it a new name. One of the pupils decided the first year that we did it to call it Speeder Readers, so if you get confused if I refer to it as Speeder Readers, but that is the reading programme. And we found that year on year the number of pupils coming into the school, into S1, their level of reading was getting less and less. Now of course that mirrors the national picture that we find, especially amongst boys, but we were finding that we were having 30 to 40% of pupils that were really reading well below their chronological age. So the idea was that we tested all the pupils in S1, and any pupil that had a reading age really of two plus years below their actual age, we got them together for, as we called it then, the accelerated reading programme.
How do you think this course has helped you?
It's helped me with my core subjects and my behaviour in class.
I think my reading's improved a lot because I never used to read and I used to get stressed over reading because I wasn't able to read loads, like long words.
So having got the agreement from principal teachers, pupils then were selected, came out and joined the programme. It's done in the library, and that is vitally important because it's part of the main part of school. It is not considered to be in the Support for Learning department. The new programme that has been produced is a far superior version than the one before, because the pupils that we have who are struggling with reading will not improve on the phonetic approach. It's about practice, it's about word recognition, and it's about being able to have instant adult feedback in terms of their reading. So we have a large number of 6th year pupils that will come in as buddies into the classes to support the pupils. The Speeder Reader programme, as we call it here at Charleston, has been through 1 HMI inspection and again was highly recommended by the inspectors. So when did we do it? Well, we found, as I said, a number of pupils were coming into school that had all the basic prerequisites of reading. They had their phonics, they had their word recognition, but for some reason were performing at a much lower age level than the work that we were giving them. So having identified these pupils, we then went to a parent meeting, got the parents in and explained it. It was very important to explain to parents that this was a programme for pupils who had all the prerequisites for reading, but for some reason, whether through lack of reading or lack of exposure to reading or reading in primary schools or at home, these skills had really got rather rusty. The challenge in setting up a programme such as this is really to get SMT and the principal teachers on board, because it requires the pupils to come out of class for 1 unit a day during first year. And we had to be very, very sure that we would not impact on certain subjects that only had 1 unit, or certain subjects that had a cumulative approach, such as modern languages, that if you missed a whole section of work on verbs, you may well not do that section of work again.
How did you feel when you were asked to join the group?
I felt really sort of happy, like I'm going to get help with my reading and my spelling. I think this course has helped me in my reading because I've practiced every day since I've been here, because you've got to, so you can get better and better and better.
Well, it's made a lot of improvements in my English and reading. I've felt more confident reading books and, well, it's just helped me with other subjects like maths and English, and yeah, I think Speed Reader is pretty good.
best part of this course for me is when we all come through to the booth and we all read together, because I like working in a group.
What difference has this course made to you?
Well, I think it's improved my reading, my listening, and my confidence has gone right up, because I used to get stuck on every word, but now I can take my time, pace myself, and I know I can get through any work that's handed to me.
I'm an English teacher. For the last couple of years I've been getting pupils taken out of my classes on a daily basis to be involved in the Speed of Reader programme, and well, you know, sometimes you think, oh, things I could use that time, I've got stuff to finish off. I would say the benefits far outweigh these sort of fairly minor hindrances, because like last year, for example, the people who had been involved in the programme, when they came back to class, once they kind of graduated from the programme, they were a lot more confident as readers. They were getting a lot more out of the class work, much more involved with the other kids in class.
I'm the head of the history department, and pupils are taken out of our lessons from first year in blocks of about 3 months. We actually prefer them to be taken out of both the lessons that the classes come to the department, because we feel it's harder for them to actually keep up with course material if they're not out of both lessons. In terms of the impact it has on the kids themselves, they are generally much more confident in their abilities when they come back to class. They are more willing to speak in front of the class, they're more willing to read out of the textbooks, they are more engaged with what we are doing. The pupils tend to get better results when they come back, and although they've missed a section of the course, they pick up the next section really quite quickly, because they have had this input from a better reading ability and are able to actually access the curriculum.
I'm a geography teacher here. I find that pupils who come in who have a low reading ability find it really difficult to access the curriculum and units of work in all the subject areas. When they're extracted from geography, I think it only benefits them. When they're there and they can't read and understand the units of work, they tend to sort of misbehave. When they come back from speeder readers, I find that their behaviour improves, their concentration is better. In my opinion, speeder readers is a vital tool enabling pupils to access the full curriculum, but perhaps more importantly for them, it's raising their self-esteem and confidence.
What's been the best part for you?
The best part for me is probably going on the computers and doing the reading, because it helps you with reading, and the dictation helps you with writing, spelling and reading.
I find my classes and my subjects a lot easier now, and at home I read a lot more to my baby brother. I'm now ready to go back to class now, and I feel I can fit in with all my friends and I'm more confident.
I'm much better at reading now because there's help from speedy readers and all the reading I've done on the computer.
Other people in the same situation as you, reading that can't read and need help to read. Speedy readers in a group helps you learn more words and makes you read better.
I try not to do too much reading to class, sometimes have them reading in groups, and these pupils, there's like one of them in particular, I've got in mind a guy called Jack, who really sort of threw himself into the group work that we were doing on a novel when he came back into the class, and probably was sort of pushing that group on to read more quickly as a result. Before he'd gone to the programme, he was very quiet in groups like that, and certainly anything that involved reading was not something he'd been particularly strong at. So I thought it was a very helpful thing for him, and I think that maps out across most of the other kids in that kind of situation. But it helps their confidence, all of them, I would say, generally, and I'm very happy to have my kids withdrawn so that they can get that kind of start that's going to stand them in good stead further up the school. Huge benefit to their confidence.
I thought I would get bullied and teased for doing speeder readers, but that hasn't happened.
Were you glad to be a part of this course?
Totally, because this course has a lot of things to help you with in reading, because there's different paces in reading. You get different levels, and when you get higher the level, the more your confidence grows and the more you know that you're getting better at reading. And what I like about it most is getting to meet new friends and reading with others.
Also, when I go back to class, I'll be able to keep up with my friends and know what to do instead of being confused, and I'll be able to keep on going at it at the same pace as everyone else. I now read in bed at night, and just now I'm reading The Butterfly Line by Michael McPurgle, and I'm really enjoying it.
Speeder readers is a good subject, and no one should be really worried about it because it helps you in every different subjects. My teachers and friends have noticed a big improvement with my reading and writing.
I definitely feel more confident after doing speeder readers.
I'm ready to go back to class now, and so I'm so happy because speeder readers just helped me improve on my reading, my spelling, and how to say words quicker and work them out better. So I'm really happy because now I'm going back to class and I get to be at class, so I'm happy.
We tend to find that actually the behaviour of pupils improves through being part of the speeder reader programme. When they know what they are doing in class, they are less likely to muck about and are more likely to actually be involved in the classwork.
It even maps onto their talk work too, where you get a much better contribution from these guys in groups.
It's very interesting. We always say to parents at the beginning of S1 that the speeder reader group will actually become a friendship group in its own right, and many of the pupils' friends come from the people that they meet from the speeder readers group. The idea being, once they join us, is that we will test them again, firstly, normally about November and then into January. We're looking for that improvement to bring a pupil up to their chronological age. So they're 13 when they take the test, we're looking for a reading age of around 13. Once they achieve that, we then have a graduation programme. The rector of the school comes in, we have a special assembly and an award ceremony, and the pupils graduate back into their mainstream classes. Now there are a number of pupils that will stay in the reading programme until the end of S1, and these tend to be pupils who have a diagnosis of dyslexia. This programme again is extremely good for these pupils. Cannot recommend it more. We've done it in 2 schools now, or I have in 2 schools, and it has proved to be successful. You'll have heard from some of the pupils and you'll have heard from some of the teachers in mainstream at the improvement that the pupils make, not only in their technical reading ability, but in their confidence, and their confidence within classes, and their confidence to take on new tasks, to volunteer to read in classes. And that's really one of the great changes that we're looking at, and the changes that is reported back to us from teachers and from parents. So if you're considering this programme, we cannot recommend it anymore.
You are now in 4th year. How did you feel in 1st year before you began the reading programme?
I felt nervous about coming into English all the time, and I felt embarrassed because all my friends were so much better than I was. And I hated having to read out my marks in class, and I thought I was the only one who was struggling. I couldn't read in front of anybody. I really struggled, and speeder readers helped me a lot.
I was shy, and I found reading in class really hard because I was dyslexic, and I thought that everybody else in class was better than me, and I didn't like the idea of reading out in front of them.
What effect did it have on you being in the course in 1st year?
It made a massive impact in my school life and in my schoolwork. Everything got easier, not just for English but for every other class, and it actually made me enjoy it. As soon as I started the programme, I started to notice a difference straight away. First of all, because I started to get more friends who are more similar to me, and they're still my best friends to this day. And I started to read more because I was encouraged to by my teachers at books at my level rather than books at my class's level, which I didn't understand.
and the programme, I used to look forward to coming to it every week, and it was unbelievable the difference that it made. You could see in every other lesson that how much you were improving and how much more confident you were becoming.
It helped me gain a lot of confidence because I had people that were the same as me, and I also got a lot more friends, and it helped me enjoy reading a lot more.
How has the programme affected your school life now that you're in 4th year?
An unbelievable amount, really. I'm in the top English class and expected a 1 grade in my exams, and I take part in debating competitions all across Scotland, and we've recently visited Spain with debating, and I really don't think I would have ever had the courage to join a club like that, and I didn't even think it was possible in 1st year for me to even get a pass, let alone the best pass you can get. And I hope to go to university now to study politics because I can, and it's an option that I didn't have before.
It's helped me because I have gone up in English class and I feel a lot more confident now, and I hope to stay on in school, and then when I leave school I hope to do hairdressing or beauty or something.
It's made me a lot more confident, and now I've finally decided what I want to do. I want to go to college and do hairdressing, and I need my English for that, and I feel confident about passing it. I'm sitting a credit exam for my English, and I'm really proud of myself.
I forgot what the question was.